Life is mainly about introductions, conclusions, and everything in between. That collection of things in between I usually refer to as the body, the main body. So an introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. Lagos, you're tuned into 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's time for the main body of this regional finals of I Beg to Differ Students Debate Season 8. Here we bring you the best in news talk and, of course, the hottest debates in town. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels, and as always, I'm here with my ever so amazing co-host, Maryann Okon. How are you doing, Maryann?
I'm fine, thank you. So glad to be here, Femi. Well, Lagos, it's another exciting day here on I Beg to Differ on Nigeria Info FM, and we're thrilled to bring to you Day 9 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament. Femi, can you believe we're already in the round of 16?
I can hardly.
Did you get the memo?
I was just going to say,
okay.
Why are we all colored up today? Brilliant. Well, yes, indeed. Everything you saw in the last 2 weeks, those were the introductions. Time flies when you're listening to brilliant young minds battle it out, Maryann.
Yes.
It feels like just yesterday when we kicked off this tournament with 32 talented debaters from schools across Lagos. And now we're down to the top 16, the best of the best.
Absolutely, Femi. These students have shown us incredible wit, intelligence, and passion over the past 2 weeks. And today, the stakes are even higher as we move into the knockout stages. Every argument counts, every point matters, and only the strongest will advance to the next round.
That's right, darling. And for those of you who haven't been following, this tournament is all about sharpening your minds, encouraging critical thinking, and giving these students a platform to shine. It's not just about winning. It's about the power of ideas and the art of persuasion.
And guess what, Lagos? You don't have to miss a single moment of the action. The I Beg to Differ debate tournament is being streamed live on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. So whether you're at home, in the office, or on the go, you can watch these young debaters in action. Just search for Nigeria Info FM on Facebook and on YouTube. That way, you can join the conversation.
And don't forget to drop your comments and cheer on your favorite debaters. Who knows? Your words of encouragement might just give them the boost they need. There's much to look forward to. And at this point, I guess, Maryann, you will launch us into the main arena for today, huh?
Yes, of course. But we need to introduce our judges to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our judges.
As we often do, we start with the chief judge for this debate, Dr. Chike Mbadiche. He's the head of the Department of Mass Communication and Strategic Communication Programs, the School of Media and Communication, Pan Atlantic University. He's ably supported by two other judges. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno is the news manager on Nigeria Info, on Kids FM, on Cool FM, on Wazobia FM. And Judge Yvonne Ohaifo, broadcast journalist par excellence. How do the French? That's terrible French. Yvonne will kill me. Newscaster, program presenter, diction trainer, coach, and everything. You know how Nigeria Info, you know how Kids FM. So she rounds off the trio of incorruptible judges on our panel. Special thanks to our sponsors and partners, Obi-Wheezy, long-standing friends, for their unwavering commitment to the IBTD debate competition over the years. IBTD stands for I Beg to Differ, by the way. Obi-Wheezy have been with us all through time. They are the home of brand new and pre-owned gadgets, offering customers a platform where they can purchase top quality, brand new and used gadgets at the most affordable rates with warranties. They also assist their customers by offering repairs, advisory and after-sales services in order to meet all their major gadgetry needs. Follow Obiweezy on Instagram. It's at Obiweezy backup page. At Obiweezy backup page. Obiweezy is spelled O-B-I, then W-E-Z-Y. Okay? It's not double-E. It's W-E-Z-Y. Yeah.
Well, don't forget that Tollywood College provides positive catalytic impulses to every child to stretch his or her inherent learning competencies through a self-discovery process. Above all, at Tollywood, emphasis is placed on learning and teaching. Tollywood College believes that education is a complete process that leads to the attainment of the full potential of a child. They equip their students with life skills to face the real world, be it planning, analyzing, team building, communicating effectively, or dealing with challenges confidently. We're glad to have them back on I Beg to Differ.
Just as a reminder, the national finals is in July, August. The best of these debaters that you've heard in Lagos this season, the first regional qualifiers, which happened some months ago, late last year, and this second regional finals. These students will all meet with the best voices you've heard from the Port Harcourt and Abuja regional finals. They all converge in Lagos in July and August. And you can be a part of the conversation. These debates are running concurrently in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt right now, as those students who are also vying and fighting for qualification into the national finals. That's where you say, we're going to the ship being the championship being the national finals, the tournament of champions in July and August. So if you are interested in sponsoring I Beg to Differ Students Debate, let's start the conversation now. You can join in at any time, and the big nationals coming your way. This is when you should be having that conversation. Send us email info@nigeriainfo.fm. Send it now, info@nigeriainfo.fm. Let's show you, how brilliant an idea it can be for you to be a part of this. For the prizes, first prize winner goes home with 1 million naira. That winner will also take home a Green Lion G20 Ultra tablet and a Green Lion Echo ANC wireless headphone. The second prize winner will go home with 500,000 naira, Green Lion Echo ANC wireless headphone, and Green Lion Palmer 2 RGB portable speaker. That's for second prize winner. Third prize winner, 250,000 naira, Green Lion Stockholm smart glasses that records and videos captures things as you go. And of course, Green Lion Panama wireless earbuds for finishing third. The prize money is courtesy of Tollywood College, our prize sponsors, and of course, all the gadgets are courtesy of Obiweezy. So special thanks to Tollywood College, our prize sponsors. Special thanks to Obiweezy. Special thanks to Chrisland College, Chrisland Schools, our sponsors and partners, and also our hosts for the national finals coming later. So all of that is done. It is time now for us to move into the thick of things. Get ready for another day, another week of intense debates, compelling arguments, and maybe even a few surprises. It's the I Beg to Differ secondary school debate tournament, and we're just getting started. So just stay tuned, because up next, we'll be diving into the first debate of the day. It's the round of 16 people, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Search for Nigeria Info. Follow the live broadcasts. You can not only hear these brilliant kids, you can also see them and see us too. It is time. It is time.
Yes, it's time for us to meet our first round of debaters. And I'm going to start with Anthony Anagha.
My name is Anthony Anagha. I'm 14 years old in SS2 from NewHall International School. My goal for this I Beg to Differ tournament is to come out first. My favorite activity to do outside school is going to the beach or traveling.
Going to the beach, traveling, Lagos. Meet the young man. You already heard him.
Yes,
Anthony,
in the round of 32.
Anthony Ndukwe, Anagha. We'll tell you more about Anthony, but let's meet his opponent as well.
All right, let's meet Alexandra Chidinma Richy.
My name is Alexandra Chidinma. I am 15 years old. I am from Abule Community Senior Grammar School, Ijede. So I decided to participate in I Beg to Differ competition when one of my teachers told me about it, and though I wasn't really sure about it, but when I saw the students who came to this competition and the way they inspired me to come for this debate, and when I saw the way their participation was, then I decided on my own to just come and try my best.
Well, ready or not, prepared or not, here she is. Welcome, Alexandra Chidinma Richy. Well, you've met these kids before. You have further opportunities to meet them now and to hear them. By the way, Alexandra Chidinma Richy is 15. She's in SS3 at Abule Community Secondary School. Her opponent, whom you heard first, Anthony Ndukwe Anagha, is from NewHall International School. He's 14. He's in SS2. Now, on this occasion, both of them know what side of the divide they are defending. They know what side of the shield, well, they're going to not die on, but, live on. So we might as well go straight into the topic for the debate today. You have the topic, Maryann?
Yes, the topic is there should be an age limit on when children can own a phone.
Should there? Should there not be? Let's find out. Who's opposing the motion? Anthony is opposing the motion. You are opposing the motion.
Yes, opposing.
So it means Chidinma
Is supporting.
You are supporting the motion.
Yes, sir.
You know the drill.
Yes, sir.
You're supporting, so you will go first.
Yes.
When we come back, you will go. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Lagos, the round of 32 is over. This is the round of 16 of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament. On Monday at 4 p.m., the I Beg to Differ studio reopens for the first match of the week. Alexandra Chidinma Richy will contest for a slot in the quarterfinals as she takes on her opponent, Anthony Ndukwe Anagha, on the topic, there should be an age limit on when children can own a phone. And at 5 p.m., Odwayo Salami will go head-to-head with Esther Joseph on the topic, elected positions should carry age limits. Lagos's best 16 begin their journey towards the quarterfinal on Monday. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Obi Weezy and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College. Lagos, we are still open for sponsorship and partnership. Send us an email now on info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the tournament of champions.
Chidinma Richy up against Anthony Anagha. Both of them of Abule Community Secondary School and NewHall International School, respectively. It is time to debate. There should be an age limit on when children can own a phone. Should there not be? We're about to find out. Chidinma, Alexandra, Richy supporting the motion, saying yes, there should be an age limit. Anthony, Ndukwe, Anagha is saying nope. I beg to differ. There shouldn't be an age limit. We will start with the motion supporter. She'll get 4 minutes. They both know the drill by now. The motion supporter will go first. Supporter.
Yes.
Yeah, what?
No, it's 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes for the first 2 rounds, and your closing round is 3 minutes.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I understand where the confusion. In your first debate, it was 3 minutes, but it has simply you've not been listening to the debate. Everybody else has done 4 minutes.
No, yes. I know everybody has done 4 minutes for playoff. Like, my teacher said that he contacted you and he said that it was 3 minutes all
Me?
Maybe it was the...
No, it's 4 minutes.
It's 4.
It's 4 minutes. You'll be fine.
But you will be fine. Don't bother. Whether you deliver it in 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. 3 is the cap. It doesn't mean you have to use up all. 4 is the cap. It doesn't mean you have to use it all up. Okay?
Okay.
If anything, you should be more confident now that you would finish in good time than your opponent. All right. Motion supporter, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Good.
All right, Chidinma, like you heard, we have 4 minutes and your time starts now.
In the year 2020, a 17-year-old student at a secondary school in Lagos, Nigeria, committed suicide after his parents took away his phone due to his addiction. The student had become increasingly withdrawn and isolated, and his parents' decision to take away his phone led to a tragic outcome. In 2019, a 16-year-old student at a secondary school in Abuja, Nigeria, was hospitalized after his cyberbullying incident on social media. The student had become subjected to online harassment and threats, which led to severe emotional stress and physical harm. In 2018, a 20-year-old student at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, was involved in a fatal accident while texting and driving. The student had lost control of the vehicle, resulting to the deaths of 2 passengers. In 2017, a group of students were caught using their phones to cheat during an exam. The incident led to a nationwide scandal, resulting to the deaths of 2 passengers and the suspension of several students. In the year 2016, a study conducted by the University of Lagos, Nigeria, found that excessive phone use among students was linked to increased symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other related health issues. All this in many words I will still state here from those points of view. These victims were barely old enough to understand the implications of handling the phone before they were given. Hence, the addiction leading to misuse, abuse, and distraction. Good day, Mr. Moderator, impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debater, and my ever-supportive listeners. Speaking presently to you is Alexandra, Chidinma, a student of that spectacular fortress of learning, Abule Community Senior Grammar School, JD. I'm here to emphatically support the motion which says there should be an age limit for children to use phone. To start with, phone use can lead to poor posture, which can cause musculoskeletal disorder. For example, a teenager will spend hours on her phone texting, develop a curved spine, and experience back pain. Again, limiting phone use can encourage children to engage in physical activities and outdoor play. For instance, a family that set up a no phone zone rule during dinner time found that children were more likely to play outside after meal. In the later days of January with this year, a disturbing TikTok video of secondary school students, with most public school students in local government areas, falling victim of this. They popularly refer to it as Metro Challenge, where students showcase the act of cultism without proper supervision, which was being done with handsets on their school uniforms. Thank God for the prompt action of the Lagos State government, which was able to nip it on the bud before it escalated to an uncontrollable social vices. On the 11th of February this year, the social media was agog with a disturbing use of an ill-mannered 300-level school student of Unitec for assaulting a senior lecturer of the said school, who is probably older than her father, for interrupting an irresponsible TikTok video she was making while obstructing the general passage. The crime of the lecturer was just calling her attention to the obstruction she was making. Reports even had it that both daughter and mother were not even remorseful while facing the disciplinary council of the university. She was eventually expelled from the school after wasting 3 years. Reports also had it that she was an addicted phone user, even from a tender age, with her results already read in the university. Frankly speaking, excessive phone use can contribute to a sedentary lifestyle, increasing the risk of obesity and other related health issues. For instance, a study found that children who spend more time on screens are more likely to be overweight or obese. I can categorically state here that phone use can disrupt sleep pattern and increase the risk of insomnia. Teenagers who spend more time on screens are more likely to experience sleep disturbance. It is a fact that limiting phone use can encourage children to develop social skills through face-to-face interaction. A child who spends less time on his phone would definitely engage in conversations with his family members during dinner time. Permit me to state here that excessive phone use can increase the risk of addiction and substance abuse. Teenagers who spend more time on screens are more likely to engage in substance abuse. Moreover, excessive phone use can negatively impact memory and learning ability. For instance, a study found that children who spend more time on screens perform poorly on memory tests. More so, phone use can negatively impact brain development in children. A study found that children who spend more time on screens are more likely to have reduced gray matter in areas of the brain associated with attention and impulse control. In addition, excessive phone use can negatively impact relationship between children and their family members. For instance, a family that set up a no-phone zone during dinner time found that the children were more likely to engage in conversations with them and develop a positive relationship. In conclusion, phone use can encourage parents to live a healthy lifestyle for their children to also do the same. Thank you.
Lovely.
Well done.
Thank you.
Those were the opening remarks, the opening round of Chidinma Alexandra Richy of Abule Community Secondary School. She's 15, she's in SS3. You heard her. Time now to switch to her opponent, Anthony Ndukwe Anagha of NewHall International School.
Anthony, are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
A phone in a child's hand is not just a device. It's a bridge to knowledge, safety, and to the world beyond. With utmost humility and respect, permit me, as I said, the best vibration of the day by saying, good afternoon, panel of judges, our great timekeeper, my co-debater, and my lovely audience. My name is Anthony Ndukwe Anagha, representing NewHall International School, and I'm here to oppose the motion which states there should be an age limit to when children can own a phone. First of all, access to education. When children have access to a phone, it allows them to learn online, learn far past what they're being taught in their classroom, increase their scope of understanding. According to UNICEF, 67% of students make use of their phone to learn online. Next is going to enhance safety, a major matter of concern. When children have access to phone, they can get help in case of emergencies. According to FBI, approximately 460,000 children get missing every single year. But just imagine they had access to a phone. With GPS tracking device, navigation, and telecom wires, we could drastically reduce this number or curb the whole situation in total. Furthermore, we're going to improve digital literacy. According to World Economic Forum, 80% of our students will need digital skills for them to attain a good leadership role in the future. By giving them phones at an early age, we are giving them an advantage, regardless of the percentage, while putting our children ahead. We're also going to strengthen social bonds now. When children have access to phone, we're promoting communication skills, because when you can communicate with your friend both online and offline, it fosters teamwork, collaboration, unity, and also allows for a stronger friendship. Now, parents, you know that you can still regulate what your two children do on those phones. There are measures in place for you to regulate this, such as screen time monitors, content fillers, to make sure that your child is on the good side of the internet. Proceeding on, it's also going to teach them responsibilities. If you can trust your child to maintain his own content fillers and his own time management, you teach your child self-discipline, integrity, accountability, responsibility, and transparency. Now, do you know there are different families and there are different needs? How do you expect a single parent who's working tirelessly day and night to meet the needs of the family to have enough time to physically talk to the child? That may not be possible. But if they had access to a phone at their fingertips, they could just say, how was your day? How are you doing? I hope you are feeling well. And still hold a form of pleasantry between the parent and the child. Next, a phone boosts growth. When children have access to a phone, let them to use their extracurricular activities for them to think outside of the box. Give them skills such as coding, gaming, problem-solving skills, and critical thinking skills. Example is Benjamin Stern. At the age of 14 years old, he created a water-filtering shampoo to reduce plastic waste in society. Another example is Trisha Prabhu. At the age of 15 years old, she created an app thing to curb bullying in society. Parents, are you saying children at such young age, they are solving worldwide crisis? So what do you mean by age should be a limit to when they shall get access to such opportunity? Now, we're also going to reduce you're also going to increase social awareness. Now, do you know when children have access to a phone, it allows them to learn indigenous languages. Apps like Duolingo would help to preserve and reserve and also teach languages, international, foreign, and local languages. This one, that social media has taken the incentive. They are creating measures to also help our child to educational, to have entertainment and also to learn at the same time. Tabs like STEM. Now, you can also help people who have disabilities. You can also help to monitor your heart rate. And so, if you cannot talk, you can at least type. That is a factor. Lastly, banning phones will lead to secrecy. We talk about the vast ways in which a phone can harm a child, but the truth right now is that if you take a phone away from a child, you find trouble the way we did it before, the old-fashioned way without Wi-Fi. And let's not forget, children are as curious as a cat. And if you take that phone away, all you'll be able to do is hope that his curiosity does not kill them the same way it did to the cat. In conclusion, a phone is a pool of knowledge. If our children can have access to a book at any given time, they should have access to a phone. Thank you.
Good. Lovely. Thank you.
Beautiful. Seeing to almost use 30 minutes extra, 30 seconds extra. It was a good thing you pressed for 3 minutes. Fantastic. All right, you just heard the opening rounds of both students. You just heard Anthony Ndukwe, and now of NewHall International School is 14. He's in SS2, or make that year 11. His opponent, Alexandra Chidinma Richy of Abule Community Secondary School. SS3 student of that school. 15 young minds. There is much more to come. We cannot wait until we get to the rebuttal rounds, and we are going there right after this.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's pioneer e-commerce platform for pre-owned gadgets. They are Nigeria's home of gadgets with warranties, where you can purchase all your favorite devices and quality accessories, both brand new and pre-owned. You can also trade in your older devices for a newer model in a simple and convenient way. With offline and pickup stores in Ikeja, Lekki, Abuja, and Benin, Obiwizi delivers nationwide. On Instagram at Obiwizi backup page, on X at Obiwizi, email address info@obiwizi.com, or go to the website at www.obiwizi.com.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. This broadcast is also live on Kids FM. That's Kids FM 101.7. Get your kids to listen in. Mommy and daddy, listen in there too. Especially younger kids who one day would like to be in the studios. They might as well begin to prepare now. Time for the rebuttal rounds. Maryann.
Yes, of course. We're going to switch places. So we're going to start this time with the motion opposer. Anthony, you have 4 minutes. Again, are you ready? Your time starts now.
I am back and I streaming Anthony Ndukwe now, and this is my rebuttal round. First of all, my co-debater made mention of suicide. I first have to clarify something. It was not clearly stated that it was the phone that caused the suicide. It said that the boy was on the phone when that happened. It could have been from school. He could have recorded something. He could have been bullied in school, which could have caused him to commit suicide. So the phone is not the next problem. We should check out what was happening in his school. Next, he made mention of cyberbullying. The truth is that it is physical, then it becomes internet, then it goes to the internet. When a child is going from bullying from school, they should first check that issue. You can't just blame it on the phone, because the child has already been suffering bullying from school, whether emotional, verbal, or physical bullying. You just say that a phone can cause an accident. There are many things that can cause an accident. It could be a bird, it could be your seat not being properly, it could even be that you're uncomfortable in a situation. A phone is not the main cause of an accident. Proceeding on, you say that it creates depression. How does a phone create depression? There are many apps, many measures now to make a child get entertainment, such as social media, games, and also learning platforms, so the child to feel more relieved and to relax. So how does a phone cause depression? This is the question which I want to ask. You also made mention of pure posture, but I have a question to ask you. What about the students who do hard work now? They don't use the phone or can even afford to buy a phone, but they carry bricks to earn a living. Don't they still have bad posture? Is that cause a phone? No. But instead, you said that social media apps are harmful to our children. I do have to say, not all social media apps are harmful for our children. They are taking the incentive to create measures to educate our children. See, like TikTok now, it has created a site app. It is called STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Or Phoenix now created another site that has politics, education, and football and the rest. Our parents, you should right to teach our children to use that and to use those apps to also learn, not just for entertainment. This is still lies on the parental responsibilities. Proceeding on, you say that how does a phone lead to assault? How does a phone lead to assault? And assault is a physical interaction. You have to punch someone, you have to hit someone. A phone can only lead to cyberbullying, not assault. Proceeding on, you also made mention that a phone can lead to substance abuse. I want to understand how you've been on your phone, learning, having fun, or even being entertained can lead to you taking substances, compared to somebody that will either be on the road talking to a thug or a friend that will be telling you that I did this, I'm vaping. Compared to a physical conversation that may lead to you being influenced badly by your friend. Lastly, you said that it's going to increase parental healthy lifestyle. Now, the truth is that most parents nowadays are on their phone. Just to be honest, let's actually be serious. Is that because of WhatsApp or work? But the truth now is that when they're always their phone, they don't have enough time for their children. They are not giving their children this phone to take up their place in society. So what I mean that children not having phones is going to affect their communication, because if your parent is always on the phone, you can't really have a face-to-face interaction with your parents or physical conversation. Your only form of communicating is through the phone. That's how you strengthen the family bond. So if you take a phone away from a child, how do you expect the child to communicate with their parents? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and it deserves a round of applause. Is getting. That's Anthony Ndukwe Anagha of NewHall International School. Well done. He's 14 years of age. He's in SS2. His opponent, Chidinma Alexandra Richy from Abule Community Secondary School. She now gets her chance to rebut him.
All right, Chidinma, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Your 4 minutes starts now.
My opponent made some very excellent points, but I have many words against them. My opponent made mention that setting an age limit for phone leads to emergency situation. Now, may I put it to you that for cases of emergency situation, maybe when a child is in school, what happens to the teachers? What happens to the organization of the school, all those management? They can easily make a call for the child, or instead, the child can easily go to the teachers, make use of the teacher's phone to call their parents. It's not necessary they have to own a phone to do that. Also, my opponent also made mention of socialism. Now, may I put it to you that for the case of socialism, it is even the so-called phone that leads to a child being isolated. Because when a child has a phone, most children became so curious to have a phone, and once they get it, they become so isolated, withdrawn. They are always focused on the phone. But without a phone, children get more time to talk with their parents, tell them about secret activities, talk to their teachers, and many more. Also, it also made mention of parents being able to regulate home use. Now, may I put it to you that most parents might not be able to access those things, and some children, they are so mischievous they can easily stop those apps from working on your parents' phone. And most parents who are not unable to access all those things, how do you expect them to do all of this? My opponent also made mention of critical thinking skills. Phone does not really have to play any role in critical thinking skills, because a child who does not have a phone will have the ability to think, use their logical thinking to make new inventions, creativities, and many more. My opponent also made mention of digital literacy. There are many ways at which a child can engage himself or herself in digital literacy. In fact, thank God for the government schools of nowadays. The government have created a learning passport for students, whereby an evil teachers, whereby they can easily access it on their ICT gadgets in school and not on phone. So phone does not really play any role in all of that. My opponent also said that also talked about assault and depression, phone usage. I never mentioned anything about assault or depression. Maybe you didn't hear me very well. And he also made mention that it leads to access, it does not lead to access to education. Now, when you're talking about access to education, there are other ways at which a child can learn. You can learn from your parents, you can learn from your teachers, all of that. You can learn from different places. It does not really necessarily have to be on your phone or any other part. And my opponent also said that I made some instances about accident issues and a 20-year-old university student. Those children, it was because of their inability for them to be able to understand the implications of handling a phone at their young age before they started using those phones. So at this point, you heard me clearly when I said that the student was actually texting on his phone. So it was due to the texting on his phone that led to the accident. And also, 70% of students today who you see using glasses, majorly, they had this problem because they're always focusing themselves on screen. And those things are what causes most children to have eye defects at their young age. But I think that's all I have to say about the Rebuttal stage. Thank you.
All right.
Brilliant job done for both of them. Alexandra Chidinma Richy, Abule Community Secondary School, the 15-year-old SS3 student of that school. And before her, you had heard 14-year-old Ndukwe Anagha of NewHall International School. Taking us to our final break of this first debate. When we come back, it will be time for these two brilliant minds, Maryann, to close.
Yes, of course. And the closing round is one that we're all waiting.
And remember, the closing round does not deliver new points for, marks for new points thrown in.
Yes.
It's about how brilliant and colorful they can be in driving their message home as a whole, as a totality. We'll get to it right after this break.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com or go to the website at www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Ekpe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongotedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Time now for the closing argument between Abule Community Secondary Schools, Chidinma, Alexandra, Richy, and NewHall International Schools, Anthony, Ndukwe, and Anagha. For this closing round is 3 minutes apiece.
Yes.
And you guys get to show the judges and the global audience your dexterity, your adaptability, your flexibility, whatever it is.
Your ability to convince.
Yes. Drive your message home, and we'll get straight to it now by reverting to the motion supporter.
All right, Chidinma,
Yes,
you have 3 minutes, and your 3 minutes starts now.
As far as I'm concerned, inculcating a child to use a cell phone at a stage where the child barely knows the meaning, the impact, the implications, and the consequences of these activities in life are part of those aggressions that truncate the development of an average African child. But I was far from what was on the opinion that if children are to be raised, they must be taught with basic principles of their understanding, which pets, and of course, grasping the values on which their societies are built. I can categorically state here that an average African child who was introduced so early to the usage of phone and mastering of phone will not only run into altercation with his culture, but will also have a lot of mismatched upbringing to the point where such child will have so much disregard for the African culture. Reason is this: 70% of what such child learns from the phone and its usage, they come as a way of indoctrinating you and removing the Africa in that African child, and such things shouldn't be heard of. I'll get down to the Nigerian society. Our parents taught us of those days whereby being under the tree, learning orally, tilled by moonlight, inculcating African values as well as family bonding is key. But I can as well tell you that in the Nigerian society today, this family bonding is nowhere to be found. You could see two siblings as early as 10, 11 years, in 10 weeks, not talking to each other for hours, basically because they are texting on their phone, laughing occasionally like mad people, and of course, missing out on the bonding system which could eventually protect them in the future. Unfortunately, at the point of adulthood, given that this system was omitted, they find it extremely difficult to communicate and relate with each other as family members. And by so doing, the issue of blood bonding, love and care relationship, family relationship, and all of that will be omitted and eradicated from the Nigerian society. Parents just grow old, leaving their children not knowing how to communicate and embrace each other because majority of their time while growing up was spent on social media. In fact, most Nigerian students spend their time on social media and even embrace social media families more than their own personal families. Do you know that majority of our parents who are possibly retired and back in the village find it extremely difficult to communicate with us while when we get back to them? Majority of people they see most time are mostly strangers, and most times children who naturally should get back, talk to their parents, spend elongated holiday with them, will be quick by spending just 3 days or less and get back to their bed saying there is no network on my phone, there is no network in this village, I can't even access my media page and all of that. It is very difficult for you to see a child now who will spend 1 full hour with his parents without glancing at their phone or any vibration or notification causing any distraction. We all know that this is not the best way to raise an African child, and most certainly not the best way to raise a Nigerian child, and most certainly not the best way to raise an Omoluabi in quotes. I can categorically state here that the pioneers of African society, which Nigeria belongs to, have always laid emphasis on African socialism, which embodies the spirit of collectivism and the gradual process of raising a child in the society. This embodiment emphasizes a systematic process in which a child has to gradually pass through the various phases of growth before it can be eventually called a contributory member of the society. Thank you.
Time.
Point well taken. Chidinma Alexandra Richy of Abule Community Secondary School rests her case, supporting the motion that there should be an age limit on when children can own a phone. Her opponent opposes that motion. he will now close. His name, Anthony Ndukwe Anagha of NewHall International School.
Anthony, are you ready? Your 3 minutes starts now.
All protocols still observed. I still remain Anthony Ndukwe Anagha, representing NewHall International School. And these are my closing remarks. Opposing the motion we state there should be an initiative to when children can own the phone. Before I begin, I'd like to say the power to speak and the opportunity to be heard has been given unto me. So please pay attention to every single word I'm going to say today, because today I plan to make a change. I plan to change the mentality that there should be an age limit to when children can own the phone. First of all, safety. Like I said, a major matter of concern in our society. So children should be able to access help when they cannot help themselves and to get help in case of emergencies. So when I first chose as my first beginning point, I thought of the Chibok girls in 2014 who was abducted by Boko Haram. I thought to myself, how did approximately 267 girls, not one of them thought of calling the police or even to be tracked to GPS tracking device or telecom wire? It wasn't they did not have this thought. They didn't have access to a phone. How are you telling me girls who their age range was from 12 to 19 years old did not have access to a phone? How did a 19 years old did not have access to a phone? My co-debater, please, if I may ask you, what's this age limit which you actually want? Now, you also said that being in a school, you don't need to have phone in case of emergencies. But if I may ask, what happened to those girls when they're in a school and when they still abducted? Please. Proceeding on now, we need to know that's going to reduce pressure. Now, when your friend has a phone now and you don't have a phone, unconsciously or consciously, that friendship is going to start becoming distant, and that is the truth. When you possess a phone, you have to think outside of the box, to think outside what you're being taught in your classroom. Examples are Alex Dean. At the age of 12 years old, he created a navigating GPS device for blind people so they can see. Parents, are you seeing our children are solving worldwide issues in our society? We're not the ones who are limiting them. We're not the ones limiting them, saying that they are too young, they are too little to possess such opportunities. Parents, stop limiting our children's growth. Let them achieve their full potential. Proceeding on, they also feel free, because when you know your child's location at every single given time, you can easily communicate with your child or contact them at your fingertips. You can allow them to move around. It's not every time you keep them locked up in house. Parents, let your child breathe. Those games that you say that they're very harmful, they could be educational and also fun at the same time. Games like Sudoku or What's This, they can teach your children necessary and efficient skills, problem solving skills, critical thinking. What's This can expand your children's vocabulary, teach them words like privacy, expatiate, or even spinach. Now, maturity level varies. We say that children are too young to possess a phone. But now, let's think about this. An adult who is 40 or 60 years old, who owns a phone and uses phone to commit illicit activities like Yahoo, fraud, or even child pornophy. Not to be disrespectful, but compared to that 12 years old boy who created a GPS tracking device for the blind people, if I may ask you, who is the mature one? Who is the adult? Phone helps in providing protection, help, opportunities, navigation, and education. There is no D in phone for distraction. So when might a phone be a distraction for our children? Please, I strongly disagree. When our children have access to a phone, we train them to be the 1% of the 1%, to be efficient assets in our economy. Let's not forget, when they have access to a phone, they'll be what? The 1% of the 1%. Case closed.
Okay.
Now, this was the debate. No, scratch that. This was 10 debates.
In one.
Anthony Ndukwe Anagha of NewHall International School. He's 14. He's in SS2. You notice anything about these two kids? We had seen them before. So they had been a part of this debate during season 8, the first regional finals. Neither of them could go all the way. They decided to give it one more shot, both of them.
And if
I had to go to a debate battle, I would beat my chest and go with confidence if I was flanked by these two.
Very feisty.
Brilliant debaters. Oh, I pity the judges.
I was about to say, good luck, judges.
Then, however they decide, it will be a shame to bid farewell to one of these two today.
Yes, of course.
It's the downside of the contest. But, we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for being a part of the debate thus far, both of you. Whatever happens from here on, you can both be proud of what you've done today. Fantastic, the two of you. And the comments bear me out. As soon as Yvonne is ready, we can go. We'll just give her a few minutes. A lot of, I don't even know where to start. There's no time for all of that. Oh, good Lord, we're literally a minute and a half away from a major break when all this should end. I see all your comments. I cannot take them. I think I can only manage. Yvonne, are you ready? You are? Okay. Yvonne, okay, we got less than a minute and a half. But let's make make judicious.
Okay, I will go now. I'll start with Chidinma, Alexandra, Richy. Well done. You say fatal, not fatal. Okay, fatal. It is not issues, girl. I heard issues. Okay, good, because I wasn't sure. You say opponent. You say posture, not posture. Posture, okay? You say opponent. There's a difference between socialism and socialization. Socialism is a system of government. Socialization is the act of being sociable, learning to communicate with people and making friends. So you meant to say socialization, you said socialism. You make mention of, or you mention something. You mentioned that, not you made mention that, okay? You make mention of, but you mention something. Respect. You said respect. Respect. The stress is on the second syllable. Lord. Access. Okay? Or access. Not assess. Access. You access something. Okay, and now to you, Anthony. Again, it is ask, not ax. Honey, you said ask. Let me ask you. It is ask, okay? A 19-year-old, not a 19 years old. A 19-year-old. You proceed. You don't proceed on. Let's proceeding now, not proceeding on, okay? And you don't say, are you seeing? See is a stative verb. I can see. Parents, can you see? Not parents, are you seeing? Femi, that's all I can do.
All right, we'll be back. We'll be back.
My kids love tasty snacks, but many snacks are not so good for them. That's why I love the new Milo Anna snacks.
We love it, Mom.
Yes, it's a delicious snack with the goodness of malt, milk, cocoa, and crunchy Niger-grown maize, containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
So, pack Milo and snacks in their lunchbox every day to help your kids refuel at break time and keep winning all day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Are you in the Agro-Island food and beverage manufacturing, printing, or packaging industry? Get ready to position your business for success. Meet potential customers and collaborate with global industry leaders at one of Nigeria's biggest international trade shows. Agro-Food and Plasprint Pack Nigeria marks 10 years of connecting businesses and driving growth. Join us at the Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos, from March 25th to March 27th, 2025 for an anniversary edition packed with opportunities. Meet with exhibitors from Europe, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Asia, and Africa to showcase your products, innovations, and machine requirements. You can also sponsor to gain high-level exposure or attend as a visitor to explore new opportunities. Register now at www.agrofood-nigeria.com and www.ppp-nigeria.com or call 0902-222-2226. Be a part of this milestone. See you there.
During this blessed month of Ramadan, we begin with faith and the spirit of giving.
Families and neighbors come together by sharing delicious meals. From jollof rice to tomato stew, from moi moi to porridge beans, every meal is specially prepared and flavorful with Onga seasoning cubes. Together, we share not just food, but love with those who need it most.
Celebrate the blessings of this holy month with Onga seasoning cubes. Onga, for great taste and aroma.
Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No, it's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force inside you. And you know what fuels that drive? It's starting your day strong with the rich, creamy taste of Nescafe Original 3-in-1, carefully crafted from selected coffee beans. So, whatever your hustle, go from maybe or I can't to I can and I will. Nescafe Original 3-in-1. Start strong, finish strong.
Did you hear about Shadi?
What happened?
She bashed someone's car and her basic insurance was only able to cover the other person's damage. She had to repair her car with her own money.
Sometimes, third-party insurance is not enough for your car. Introducing Flexi Comprehensive Motor Insurance by Hares General Insurance, the affordable choice for smart car owners. The Hares Flexi Comprehensive Motor Insurance Plan costs as low as 25,000 Naira for a whole year and provides coverage for you and the other person up to a limit. In the event of a motor accident, Hares General Insurance will pay to fix your car and the other person's car too. So, upgrade to Flexi Motor Insurance Plan from Hares General Insurance. Visit www.hairsinsurancegroup.com. That is HEIRS, or call 0700 434 7746 to get started.
Sorry, madam. There's an emergency at the shop. They need you now. It's a serious...
Nothing is more serious than a Golden Morn breakfast with my family. Don't you understand? All our winnings start with a nutritious golden breakfast. Now, sit down. Please join us.
Yes, ma. At once.
Breakfast is serious business. Handle it with a nutritious Golden Morn. Now with a great new look. Trust Golden Morn to help fuel your family to win every day. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
Mama, you know say pudding they make small pikin grow well and strong.
Since I discovered Maggi soya chunks, to add protein to my food don't dey easy. You fit add them to your rice, spaghetti, noodles or stew 10 minutes before food done.
Now, I know they worry whether them get protein for food because with Maggi soya chunks, I fit give them protein for food. Protein every day for my family.
Get breaking news, updates, and the best of talk.
Women have to work twice, even thrice as hard for them to get things that just come so naturally to a lot of men who feel that leadership is their right.
You were in prison for how many years? For 6 years, 8 months. Were you going to court from prisons then?
Yes, but before I started court, it took me 2 years.
Just being in prison?
Yes.
Without your case even starting or
confinement?
You were there?
Yeah.
Here on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back. We had to go on that break. Before we did, Diction Judge and Coach Yvonne was about to land. We'll let her do that now.
Thank you, Femi. I was saying before that break that you don't say seeing, as in, are you seeing that or are you hearing me? Can you see that? Can you hear me? Okay, because hear and see are stative verbs. They express perception. All right. So you don't say seeing in that sense, but you can use seeing in other senses apart from, in the regular verb sense. Okay, if you're confused, ask your English teacher for better clarification. You also say honest, not honest. Ndukwe, let me be honest. I heard, honey, you said honest. I heard you. I caught that. It is verbal, not verbal. Verbal. Okay, you say verbal. And students at such young ages, not students at such a young age. You raised different examples and then you went on to say children at such a young age. You mentioned multiple ages, and it is the FBI, not according to FBI. The FBI, okay, according to the World Bank. And that also brings me back to Chidinma. Chidinma, it is not the social media. Social media is a collective noun for different platforms, okay, for different social mediums. Okay, so it was wrong to say the social media. Femi, I rest my case here.
All right. Thank you very much.
You have been able to convince us and not confuse us.
And just to add to both of you, Chidinma is emphasis, nothing like emphasis. Okay? You did say emphasis.
I caught that.
It's always emphasis. Okay? There is no singular without the S. Okay? The SIS is not there to suggest, you understand?
Yes.
Multiple. So the word is emphasis. And you, Anthony, your name is Anthony, even though it's a T and an H. I heard you a couple of times call yourself Anthony. Do you understand? Yes, you did. I heard you.
This is the way we pronounce it.
It's Anthony. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's the American pronunciation. So you say Anthony.
Oh,
the Americans say Anthony.
You want to go the
yes.
Okay, if you want to go the American way. So anyway.
Anthony.
Okay. Thank you very much. At this point, it's time for the decision. Good Lord. You won't believe this, Maryann.
What?
You have to open your own scorecard. Okay, we'll have to switch to a third party. Give us a bit and we will come back to the scoring in just a bit. Finally, it is here. To the decision we now go. In this debate, the judges scored both debaters those. For the presentation round, Judge Yvonne scored it 10-8, Anthony. Judge Ufoma scored it 10-9.5, Anthony. And Chief Judge Chike scored it 10-9, Chidinma. Very close. So at this point, Anthony leads by 29 points to 27.5. We come now to the second round, the rebuttal round. Judge Yvonne has the rebuttal round as a tie, 10-10. Judge Ufoma, 10-9, Chidinma. Chief Judge Chike has it 10-9, Anthony. In the second round, it is 29-29. So Anthony still leads with 1.5 points, bringing us to the closing round, where your style is adjudged. Judge Yvonne scores it a tie, 10-10. Judge Ufoma scores it 10-9, Chidinma. Chief Judge Chike scores it a tie, 10-10. That's 30-29 advantage Chidinma. Total score thus far is 87 to Anthony and 86.5 to Chidinma, bringing us to diction infraction scoring. Judge Yvonne scores it. It's a tie. The winner, Anthony Ndukwe, Anagha, you qualify by the slimmest of margins, 0.5. It's razor thin, but enough. You proceed to the quarterfinals. Congratulations, Anthony. Congratulations. I can understand that you are lost for words.
He was shocked. You needed to see the shock on his face, like, is it me, Jesus?
Now, I've sat in this studio for debate after debate. I struggle to remember a time when the tension hit me this badly. Yeah. That is that is the final result, and special thanks to all the judges. I know this is as hard on them as it is on all of us, and it's hardest on these kids, no doubt. It just so happens it's one of those days when somebody just had to go.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I congratulate you, Anthony. I don't think it's a day for words. And Chidinma, I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you.
Good job, superb.
Super proud of you. You didn't lose because you were the worst debater. There was no worst debater on a day like today. This was the typical day for the draws, and you can see how slim it was. But that is the way with contests. Okay, Anthony deserved to win it. And if you had won it, you would have just equally have deserved to win it. It just so happened that by the razor-thin margin of 0.5, Anthony progresses. So congratulations to you, Anthony, again. We will take a break. When we come back, we will get into the next debate. May the better debater in that one progress. Stay with us, Lagos.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's